Hey, what's up? My name is Jurrit Schulte for E8 Tats Plus with another quick tip for you. In this quick tip, we're gonna cover converting 8-bit per channel images to 32-bit per channel images. How we're gonna do that is we're gonna use CS3, so we're not gonna use a pixel bender script or pixel bender plugin actually. We're gonna use also no third-party plugins, but the standard built-in tools inside of CS3. What we're actually gonna use is glow, and I like to use the glow for more than just adding a glow to images. I like to use it as kind of a color converter. For example, besides this, also I use it pretty often to convert alpha to RGB alpha. So, it's pre-multiplying, I think that's called. Anyway, what we're gonna do, the first thing that you wanna do for this technique is set the bit depth, so click on this 8-bit per channel button there, and set the depth to 32-bit per channel, so it becomes float. Click OK. Now, let's add a fast blur to this image, and it would work as you expected. But, in real life, when you would go out of focus, and I'm just gonna focus on this light right here. In real life, when going out of focus with your camera, you would expect those lights to stay bright, and it's not doing that right now. So that's where 32-bit per channel comes in. That's why you want to do this. That's why you want to convert 8 bits to 32 bits per channel. So how we're gonna do that is gonna add glow, like I just said. Let's add glow. Boom, there we go. That rhymes. Okay, great. Let's set this to 98. 98. I can't see the keyboard from here. So it looks exactly for the pixels you need it to be, only the super bright pixels, and I set the glow radius to 0. So right now it looks like nothing is happening. But in reality, when you look right here, we go to a perfect white pixel. The red, green and blue value is a 111, which represents perfect white. Now when we put this on, 111 becomes 222, and that's because this has become a super bright pixel. And what it is, it's a white lighter than white. It's beyond white, but you still see it as white. That's how white it is. Yeah. So sometimes this is just too high. What you do is set the glow intensity to 5, and guess what? Now 1 becomes 1.5. So this is basically what you add on top of the 111. And how this works is because the glow operation is set to add. When we set to none, you can see what actually gets added to the original image, which is this. And we got a little problem here. Some of the people are also added, and we're gonna fix it in a moment. But that's how you do that. Now, let's set this back to add. You will see one more problem. Even though the repeat X pixels is on, when you blur it, you still get an opaque fade. And why that is because glow adds an extra bit of border. Even though it's not using it, it still uses it to make sure that everything stays on frame. And the way you fix that, there's several ways to fix that, but the way I like to use is add a corner pins. And this doesn't work for CS4, but in CS4, here's a little quick tip for you. Quick tip inside of a quick tip. It's like a Badushka doll. Yeah, well, alright. What you can do is actually download a pretty cool pixel bender plugin from someone named Andrew YY on the Video Copilot forum, and I will add a tiny URL link right here. So you can go there and go download them and tell him he's awesome. And here's what it looks like, pretty cool. And you can download that. So go do it right now if you have CS4. But for you CS3 folks out there, let's do this. We're gonna make this into a preset, and if you know me, you know I love my presets. So you say, let's set this back to reset, that this works, right? Well, no, when the frame is different, or the size of the frame is different, the corner pins would do something weird. It would do something like this, right? We'll make it smaller. Well, to prevent that, what we're gonna do is add an add expression to this. Pretty simple expression, just follow along. Alt click on these stopwatches, open bracket, 0, 0 for the first one. For the second one we're gonna do, open bracket, width, 0, close bracket, and don't forget the commas there. And for the third, we're gonna do open bracket, let's see, 0, height. And you only need to do this once, because we're gonna save this as a preset. Then alt click on the lower right, which is the last one. Open bracket, width, comma, height, and close bracket, and there we go. Now that is fixed. Let's take those two, hit this button, and save it as anything you want. I'm also gonna include this preset into the project files, so you can download them. The Tots Plus members can download this, I guess. The others just have to make it, which is like maybe 1 minute of work. And I'm gonna replace this because I already did this before. So that's pretty cool. Now we can blur it. And the super bright pixels will cause the and it's CD. I just fixed there because of the quarter pins. So now the glow causes the lights to stay bright. That's cool. So you maybe saw this. The Pixelban plugin had a colorize options, and you also can do this with our preset. What we're gonna do is set the glow colors to A and B colors, and then let's set this to a color you want. And actually, I'm gonna alt click on the color B to make it easy for me. That also rhymes. That's awesome. Let's pick whip to the color A, and that way we only need to change the color A, and the color B will follow. Now, like you see, the color is following. And right now this is a red light, and you know where red lights are, right? Amsterdam and crap like that. Okay, anyway, you can change to any color you like, and usually I have somewhat orange if I use this to get a nice and bright look right there. So now we had a problem with some of the people that got brighter, and we don't want that. So let's duplicate the image, and the top one we're gonna go just 32 bits or 32, just I'm gonna call it. And to that one we're gonna use the 32-bit per channel preset. Let's apply that, and we're gonna let's set the other one off, and we're gonna just create a little mask right there. So we only get these right here, this part of the image when we hit F to feather. We only got this part to be super bright pixels in it. And this part to the 8-bit. So when we pre-compose this, select everything, Ctrl Alt C to pre-compose it. Move our attributes, hit OK, and now in the fast blur, and okay, now we can see that only this becomes bright and this stays the same. So this also works for things like when we have some motion blur. Let's wiggle the position some. 5 times a second, maybe 100 pixels. And set the that on. Let's set this to 1000 so we can really see the. Or there, you see that? When we set this to 8-bit per channel, you're gonna see the change right here. Look at that. That is some difference. Like take a pic right here. Snapshot that is. I hope I'm not talking too soft. But anyway. See the big difference. That's awesome. So anyway, that's what you use this for. My name was Jorrit. Well, it still is. My name is Jorrit Schulte for EA Tatspelas. And thank you for watching.